So this is something I read a while ago. Something pretty common, I guess, or about to be common. I guess you could call that. It's from Good Morning America this morning. And I'm going to try to post it so you can see it, but I'll post a link on the bottom of the channel. But I'll read you what it says. Rhode Island established a new red flag policy on guns with executive order that will help keep guns away from people who could pose as significant threats to public safety. People that pose as a threat. So who decides on who's the threat? How do you red flag someone? How do we do this? It says the executive order I signed today is an immediate step we can take to make residents safer. It sets the table for a complementary legislative effort. Governor Gina Raimondo, a Democrat, said in a statement Monday, "We cannot wait a minute longer for Washington to take action to prevent gun violence." So basically they go against our Senate, but they're signing this order as a state. So 5 states, Connecticut, California, Washington, Oregon, and Indiana, have taken similar action on potential red flags in recent years, but Rhode Island is the first to do so since the deadly shooting in Parkland, Florida, earlier this month. Policy does not give the law enforcement a new authority to confiscate guns, but it directs them to use available legal steps to remove firearms from people who have shown warning signs, including recent making threats of violence online or in person, according to the statement. The order launches a campaign to educate the public about signs that could indicate if a person poses a threat. In other words, they're going to tell you what is a threat and what isn't a threat. Of course, they're going to tell teenagers and younger people alike, not so much as adults. I know that's coming. This is the same thing that Hitler did with the Hitler Youth. To tell on society, the people in society, that they deem a threat against the government or thereof. And it shows a picture, person holding, say, hey, NRA, how many kids have to die? I guess that's what it says. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to die. But yet, they don't have anyone standing up there holding up signs. How many kids have to die in abortions that the government allows every year with Planned Parenthood? We don't have signs like that. We don't have signs of pharmaceutical reps or pharmaceutical companies that are killing people with drugs every day, causing people's brains to basically melt. We don't have that signs like that. This is just a one-sided law-passing idiotic movement that they deem fit for society, and shows people clapping, hey, 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 and everything. But basically what it does, and you know, those of you that are naive and don't understand, what it's going to do is give them the okay to red flag anything that they see fit to not own a gun. Anyone that talks in favor of the Second Amendment, anyone that does not agree with a politician, anyone that posts on Facebook that they don't believe in it, any American citizen that is honest, that follows laws and pays taxes in this country, that does not agree with anything that's going on, they're going to deem red flag. How do I know this? Well, if you remember a couple of years ago, in 2012 and 2010, when Obama had a so-called assassination kill list, and some people were going, oh, this never happened, but you can find it if you do your research.
Glenn, are we how do you interpret this? I won't even subject to a bunch of questions. As you look at this, is this as bad as it appears?
It's probably worse than it appears. I mean, look at the controversies that were created during the Bush administration when the president got caught spying on American citizens without warrants or trying to detain them without due process. Here you're talking about something far more extreme. You're talking about targeting American citizens for murder, for assassination, based merely on the allegation that they're involved in terrorism. No evidence, no charges, no trial, nothing. And it's extraordinarily dangerous, especially when you consider the fact that when allegations of terrorism by the government are subjected to judicial review, in overwhelmingly high percentages of the cases, 72%, courts find that the allegations are without merit. So who would ever justify allowing the president to target American citizens for assassination without any judicial oversight or charges or due process of any kind?
What have we allowed ourselves to become? Are we no longer a nation of laws? Have we become instead a nation of men who make secret arrests? Are secret prisons now simply another tool of the federal government law enforcement? Is secret rendition of individuals now permitted out of misplaced fear? Have we decided that the writ of habeas corpus is not worth defending? Is torture now an acceptable tool for making us safe? Unfortunately, the single answer to all of these questions from the leaders of our country and to many of our citizens appears to be yes. And now we are told that assassination of foreigners as well as American citizens is legitimate and necessary to provide security for our people. It is my firm opinion that nothing could be further from the truth. Secret arrests, secret renditions, torture, and assassinations are illegal under both domestic and international law. These activities should be anathema to the citizens of a constitutional republic. The real threat doesn't arise from our failure to torture, rather desensitizing our nation to the willful neglect and sacrifice of our civil liberties fought and died for over the centuries is the threat. The concept of habeas corpus existed even before King John of England was forced in 1215 by his rebellious barons to sign the Magna Carta. This basic principle and expression of individual liberty, which has survived 800 years, greatly influenced the writing of our Constitution and our common law heritage. Today, we hardly hear a whimper, either from the American people or a stone silent U.S. government, as our cherished liberties are eradicated.
You can find this on the internet and look it up, because there are several people that were deemed a threat. He called a terrorist that didn't believe in his ideas, or if they went against anything, it's the same as a red flag. Of course, you know, it's ABC, it's Good Morning America, and I'm sure they're extremely liberal on this view, and they're going to do whatever it takes to be part of it. And the Governor Phil Murphy, today I honored to join Cuomo and other liberal hacks, basically, to create a states for gun safety. Gun safety, my foot. This is anything that causes more control among their administration and anything else. And it says a multi-state coalition to take action against gun violence. Baloney. It's a multi-state coalition to take action against people that they deem fit to not agree with them. That's exactly what this is. And of course, you can believe whatever you want to, but that's what it is. So now I'm hearing that people on YouTube are getting their videos taken down. So far, 3 times this week, I've heard 3 different people saying that their videos of trying to expose things or trying to tell the truth about things that are going around, and of course this one probably will be as well. And I don't see how it could be, because the information is there and the information is true, so I don't know why they want to call it fake news or whatever, but this is what YouTube is trying to do now. And of course, they're taking their videos down. I'm going to say TubeU, TubeU or whatever. Getting their videos taken down because they're telling the truth about things. And so far, it's gotten outrageous. Any video that somebody has any evidence of, let's say, the Vegas shooting taken down, any evidence about news reports or interviews that was going on during the Florida killing, that was taken down. Anything about San Bernardino and the fact that there's evidence that the so-called Hitler Youth over there that's protesting against gun violence and guns, even though he was working for CNN, so the proof is there that he was talking to CNN and was running around wearing a shirt and things like that, and there's proof that CNN was already had the question scripted and things like that, and the fact that there's evidence that shows that he was in San Bernardino talking on their interviewing with their press, and now he's in Florida interviewing with their press, and the fact that he's in his 20s, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Doesn't matter. Point is that YouTube is taking down these videos. Why doesn't YouTube take down, let's say, Alex Jones or anything like that? And by the way, through the shows I've done in the past, Alex Jones has never really proven anything that he hasn't stolen himself. This guy is a hack. He's always been a hack, and I've proved it many times on my show as well. So don't you think you find it a little suspicious how everyone else's evidence and proof is being taken down from YouTube, but yet this guy, what's wrong with my mic? But yet this guy's videos haven't been touched. Do you find that a little suspicious? Of course I do, but maybe that's just me. And now we have this gun red flag. It's a red flag, so everybody's going to play naive and says, oh, it's to help society. I'm sorry, you're not fooling me with that. I'm not crazy enough to believe that. What do you think? What are your thoughts? What do you believe? Do you think this is a large conspiracy theory? Or do you think the government's going to, red flag anyone that has anything to say against them, period? Sort of like Obama and his kill list. Don't you find it a little suspicious that YouTube is taking down people's videos? Don't you find it a little suspicious that I get my videos flagged or copyrighted way before I even publish them? Why would that be? Is someone that knowledgeable and that fast to look through millions of videos that quickly and to say it's copyrighted by someone else? Or to tell me someone said that you took their music, or someone said that you took their videos and it's okay, you can post it, but they said that you can use their videos. I haven't even published it yet. And you're saying that they said it was okay? They looked at the video that fast before I even published it? Come on, really? Are you that stupid? Are you that naive? Do you really want people to tell you what to do, what to think, and how to control your life? Of course, you disrespect the teachers. You disrespect authority. You run around doing whatever you want to do, and yet you want the same government telling you what you can and can't do? Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't make any sense to me. You protest taking away of weapons, but yet you can't protest the fact that our children are being murdered. Then why not do something about abortions? Why not do something about, why don't you start with you first before you start with anyone else? Why don't you start with your society? Because from what I'm seeing, a lot of youth are the ones carrying weapons and doing things with them illegally. A lot of youth are taking drugs and abusing them. Look at the stats. Look at the statistics. Most youth are the ones committing all the crimes under 25 years old. Most of the crimes. Yeah, I use common sense. I use truth. That's what I do. Common sense. Common sense radio. Common sense truth. And if you can't use your common sense, then what's the point? Do you like living in an unrealistic fake world? Do you like that? Do you like being lied to? Do you like your Do you like people taking things from you? Do you like people manipulating you? Do you enjoy that? Do you like living in a naive world? Because I don't. I don't like living in a world like that. Maybe you do, but not in my life. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I appreciate it. thenightbreezeshow.wix.com/ghostgetter. Find me here on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Facebook, Mike Ghostgetter, The Ghostgetter, also 2 Facebook pages. Twitter, Ghostgetter, Reverse 96 FM. You can Google it. You can find it on TuneIn, as well as several other stations as well. You can just Google it, and I'm at the top. So I appreciate everybody. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments. See ya. Bye-bye.
Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.